You are live. And I'll just go live on. Go live. Hello. Let's see. Why is it saying add link? Of course it is. There it is. Hang on. Hello, everyone. And I don't think I need. Oh, let me just get rid of that. There we go. Oh, maybe that's why. Good evening and welcome to the monthly mystical. I'm still trying to get used to adding this Instagram on the live performance because it's just well, not complicated, but it's an added faff. And the other ones are so easy. I don't know why they don't make it just as easy. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, lovely to have you all on board. Please come and leave a little comment, say who you are and where you're from. That would be amazing. I mean, it's going to be a really exciting evening this evening because we have Claire Pingel, author, and she's doing a Lilith workshop. So I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait for this. I can't get rid of this. Right, you'll have to excuse it. I will make the I will make the usual. It's Mercury retrograde because it does me. I'm telling you, I'm a Gemini and I think I get it more than everyone else, but I probably don't. But that's my excuse anyway. Anything to do with communication always messes up big time. Although it hasn't been too bad this time round so far. It's only little things. Oh, but yeah, normally the first one and the last one of the year are just absolutely awful, and the middle one's not too bad. But that's only this year. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Right, come and say hello. Let's. My laptop is mega hot, by the way, as I am. Yes, please do come and say hello. Where you're from, and are you excited for this lovely workshop? I'm just going to wait for a couple of people just to log on. You can see the flipping. I have no. Obviously, we don't have aircon. This is flipping England. We don't have aircon. We don't have nothing because we're not prepared. We might have to prepare in a few years if it keeps going like this. We normally only get like a few days in April and then a few days in is it September normally in the old days. Now it's like this year has just been like, don't know, Spain or somewhere. It's gone crazy. Oh, good evening, Gail. Lovely to have you on board this evening. Anybody else on board? Lovely to see. I always say that. Lovely to have you on board. If you're here, please do leave a comment, say hello, and if you've got any questions, we'll do Q&A things at the end. Because we're just going to let her get on with the workshop, because then otherwise it kind of ruins the vibe, I think, if everybody's asking questions, unless that's what we need to do. So I will obviously ask Claire. Oh, go away. I will ask Claire when she comes on. Right, just a couple more seconds. I'll introduce myself. I never normally do that. My name's Jacqueline Wilson, and yes, I am the author, not the one you're thinking of. And I have written a book. Thank you. Which is available on the Magic Toolbox UK.com, and there's a little scanny thing up in that corner, whichever corner it is. I don't know if I'm mirrored or what. And if you would like to buy my book, you can do so. It's all about the Abra Melin. Yeah, so you can do that. And we have a lovely author on this evening. Can't wait for her to come on. She's written lovely books, which we will put in the descriptions, and I'll let her have a quick blab about her books, and then we'll get on. So let's do that now, shall we? Okay, if anybody else comes on, please do post a comment, say hello. That'd be marvellous. What's this one? Hang on. Oh, yes. Good point, Claire. And before we do start, get yourself 3 pieces of paper. I'm not sure if mine are big enough. And a pen. I'm hoping my pieces of paper are big enough. I've just got some scrap paper out the box. So, whew, all right, let's go. So, I would like to introduce. She's been on the show a few times. We love the lovely Claire Pingel. Here we go, add to the stage. Good evening, and this hot and sweaty. Look at her in her lovely garden. Right for some. I'm in my hot, sweaty, tiny little box.
It's very warm though.
Yes, it's very warm in my tiny box too. Hey ho, it is what it is. Right. So, would you like to tell us what this evening is all about?
Okay, I'm going to start off by talking about the history of Lilith before I take you through a workshop, and we'll be doing some meditations and some affirmation work.
Nice. Okay.
If everybody's got their paper and pens, the size that you showed is fine. It only
Oh,
needs to
good.
be kind of A5 or bigger.
Oh,
That'll
good.
be fine.
Okay.
So, when you're ready, I'll make a start, shall I?
Okay. Right. So, like I said, you can still leave your comments in the chat, and we will answer them afterwards. So, if you've got any questions and you think you might not remember them later, stick them down. And if you've come on now, please do come and say hello. Having said that, we'll get on. Thank you, Claire. Off you pop.
Okay, I'm Claire,
I might.
and I'm a priestess of Mary Magdalene and the author of Mary Magdalene. Oh, I've disappeared.
I'm trying to swap you over so that you're bigger and I'm little, but it's not working. Hang on. No, sorry. I will just put you back on. I might just switch. I might just take myself off. I don't know how
I
to do
haven't
that.
got any slides, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. Carry on then.
Okay, I'm Claire, and I'm a priestess of Mary Magdalene, but I also work a lot with Lilith. I'd like to make a point here about Lilith. Historically, she was a demoness, okay, in the historical texts. But now people tend to work with her as a dark goddess, a shadow goddess, a goddess of the underworld. But I'm going to start by describing some of her historical mythology. That's the Lilith I work with and who we're going to be meeting in our workshop today. So to meet Lilith, we need to go back about 2,000 years to ancient Samaria, to the Epic of Gilgamesh, and to tablet number 12, okay, which is Gilgamesh and the Hoopalupu tree. The main gist of the story is the tree was uprooted on the Euphrates River by a south wind. It blew down the river and it was found by a goddess. Okay, and the goddess took the tree to Inanna's garden where her temple was. And Inanna planted the tree because she wanted to have her own bedstead and throne made from the tree. So she looked after the tree for about 10 years or so. And when she went back to cut it down, she found out that there was a serpent had made a nest at the base of the tree. And at the crown of the tree, an anzu bird had made a nest. And in the middle was Lilith. And in the text, she's known as Ki-Sililaki. Okay. And that's been translated to Lilith because of the root Lil, L-I-L, which is part of the word Ki-Sililaki. And Lil means air and wind spirits. Okay. So an air and wind spirit named Lilith had made a home in the middle of the tree. Okay, so this enraged Inanna because, of course, she wanted to chop the tree down. So she called her brother Utu, who wouldn't give her a hand. So she sent out for the giant Gilgamesh, and he came there to rescue her. And the first thing he did was he chopped down the tree, which scared off the serpent, and the birds fled, and Lilith fled. And this is part of her mythology, is that she has to flee. She's always the persecuted one. She's always the one that has the things done to her, which makes her stronger. So that's the first time that we meet Lilith, okay? Then we go forward to the Bible. And I think it's Genesis 1:27, where it says that in his image he made them. He made them, okay? Man and woman, God made in his image. But then we find then later on in Genesis that Adam is alone and he wants a a helpmeet made for him. So God makes a helpmeet for him from his rib. But what's happened to this first woman that we meet in Genesis 1:27? She just disappears out of the biblical text. She is mentioned one more time later on, mind, but I'll come to that in a minute. But there was a text written in the Middle Ages called the Alpha Beta Ben Sira, which tried to fill in what had happened to her after she fled. Okay, and it tells the story that Lilith and Adam were created equal. They were made from the same substance at the same time, so they were equal. Okay, and that's the root of this story here. Adam tried to become forceful on her. Okay, he tried to make her lie beneath him. And of course, this enraged her. She said, "But I'm equal to you. We were made the same time." He said, "You need to lie beneath me." And she said, "Oh, no, I don't." She wasn't having any of this. So they argued. Lilith shouted up to the sky a word that was whispered to her at her time of creation, which we don't know, but I think is Asherah. But that's just my guess. So she shouted up to the skies, and then she flew. She grew wings, and she flew away. So Adam shouted up to the skies, "God, the woman you gave me, she's gone. She's left me. I'm all alone now. Bring her back." So he dispatched 3 angels, Sanoi, Sansonoi, and Semegranov, to chase her over the Red Sea. So these angels are chasing her, and they shout to her, "You have to go back." And she's like, "No, I don't." And they say to her that if you don't go back, 100 of your children will die every day. 100 demon children you will lose every day. So she refused. Okay, so she said to them, "But I was only created to cause illness in children." Okay, boys until the age of 8 days, and girls until the age of 20 days. And we think the 8 days that's when boys are circumcised. So we think that that's the difference in the age there. So she said that was her mission, to make children unwell. So she said to them that, "Okay, I'll make a deal with you. You leave my children alone, my demon children, and I will leave your children alone if they put a talisman above their beds of the mother in childbirth and the nursery bed as well. If you put a talisman up with the 3 names, Sanoi, Sansonoi, and Smegranov, that's the angel names, I will leave those children alone." And that's where that story ends. Okay, so we go back to the Bible, and in Isaiah, I want to say 34, chapter 34 in Isaiah, there's a section where she's now at the Red Sea, which is where she fled to in the Alphabet of Ben Sira. She's now in the caves at the Red Sea, and there's some kind of battle going on, and she is there dwelling with the demons and the lost of society and all the monsters and things. So basically all live in the wild hyenas and things like that are living with her. Now the Jewish Bible, the Torah, says that it's the Liliths, plural. Okay, and we see later on in text that when they refer into demons, they call them Liliths rather than an individual woman. They class a group of demons as Liliths. Okay, so the Jewish Torah says Liliths, whereas the more mainstream Christian books, King James and the New International Version, say screech owl. They call Lilith. It's actually written down, I think, in Hebrew as Lilith, Lilit, which is where they use the word Lilith from. But the other translations call her a screech owl, and that's where Lilith's links with the screech owl comes from, why she's depicted as an owl, a night owl, and then that kind of pushes her over to become like the queen of the night terrors. And she apparently attacks in the night as a succubus, and she as an owl, she waits outside the window, waiting to get in. And actually, I can hear an owl here in the background. We have owls in the woodlands. I think they're going to join us. So yeah, that's the story of Lilith. Okay, and I wanted to say that before I went into the workshop. So if you've got your papers ready, I'm going to start the proper workshop now. Okay, I will recap a bit on what I've said because I want to link it into how we're going to work. Okay, so Lilith was created at the same time as Adam, from the same red dirt, side by side as equals, but Adam changed. The power of being given the dominion over the beasts of the land, birds of the sky, and even the choice of crops cultivated made him more controlling, and so he tried to get dominion over Lilith. It culminated in sexual dominance. I will not lie under you, she said. We are created equal, and I will not lie beneath. Although she lived in paradise, she made the choice to leave. Eden was no longer a safe space for her. She gathered her courage, her strength, and decided to flee the injustice of the way she was treated. She grew the wings of freedom and flew to a new home, a cave beside the Red Sea. Although this doesn't seem an attractive place to us, it was a place where spirits, demons, and the possessed lived. To Lilith, it was a safe place for her. She chose to be there. She was free at last, and she was home. So there's times in our lives when we all need a safe space. Okay, a few years ago, Lilith found me during a traumatic time in my life. My life was turned upside down by a bully. I needed a safe space for recuperation, for adjustment, contemplation. I work with Mary Magdalene, so I meditated and asked her for her advice, as I usually do. She is a goddess of wisdom, after all. She recommended that I visit the local Catholic church that I had not yet visited. It was a place of stillness with a quiet beauty. There was a Mary Magdalene painting. The church was large, modern. I noticed that the elements were embroidered on the altar cloth, which surprised me. Incense censers hung on a hook behind, near a stash of cathedral incense, which felt familiar and made me smile. I had found a haven of peace in stormy waters. This was my safe space. So now, I want you to close your eyes and think of where you feel safe. Is it somewhere you've been or you aspire to go? It could be a fictional place such as Hogwarts or even a space station away from hustle and bustle, anywhere. What can you smell? Is it familiar? Can you see animals, insects, flowers? Is it hot or cold? Is it day or night? And when you're ready, open your eyes and take a piece of the paper, and I want you to describe your safe space with a list of single words, such as freedom, isolation, warmth, light, roses, butterflies, whatever came to you, just a list of single words at the moment. Now, when you're ready, I want you to draw the image as simple as you can. Just like stick lines. Very, very simple. Okay, just if it's mountains, just draw the zigzag of the mountains. If it's a castle, just the turret lines. Very, very simple at the moment. Okay, and I want you to look at that image and study it well. If I'm going too fast on this video, you can pause it and take your time when you're looking back on the replays. It's hard to gauge how long to give you. Okay, here comes the fun bit now. When you're ready, close your eyes again, and you're going to build up the image in your mind's eye. So I want you to start with the background, the land, the sea, or the sky, for example. Whatever is relevant for you. So start with the background. If you saw sand, mountains, and then start to form the image in layers. Make the landscape more colourful. If there was animals there or insects, add them in. Or if you saw furniture, add the furniture in. Landmarks, add those in. So you're building up this image of your safe space in your mind's eye. This is a safe space that's personal to you. When you're ready, open your eyes. So you're building a safe space which is personal for you, okay? I suggest you practice this at home as often as you can. You want to get to the point where you can just close your eyes and the image appears straight away for you, okay? So this will take a lot of practice. And when you're able to do this, the next stage of the work is for you to imagine yourself in that space, okay? In your place of safety. So once this skill has been built up, you should be able to close your eyes and then be instantly inside the image. Okay, that's what you're aiming for, your own safe space. So when you need some time out, place of recuperation, contemplation, just somewhere to mull things over, you should be able to close your eyes and be transported back into this image. Okay, it also works if you're in a stressful situation like a hospital waiting room. You can just close your eyes and you can revisit the inner temple that you built. Okay, so that's where you move forward with this one. If you haven't heard anything I said, you can play back and slow things down and rewatch it all again. So the next thing we're going to do is to work on personal affirmations. So this is what the third piece of paper is for. Okay, and short and sweet is the key here. Okay, I just want you to come up with a 3-word sentence if you can. Okay, if possible, starting with I am or I can. Okay, a 3-word sentence for you. Mine is simply I am Lilith, because that suits me and the place where I am now on my path. Okay, but yours can be something like I am free, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am empowered, I can succeed, I can do this. I want you to think for a few moments and write it down on a piece of paper. Okay. Okay, what I want you to do then is to put it somewhere where you'll see it regularly, like on your mirror, or on the front of your fridge or on your altar, okay? And every time you see it, I want you to say it out loud and proud. I am Lilith, okay? I want you to believe what you're saying. I want it to come from here. I want you to feel it, okay? And talking of altars, now would be a good time to start thinking of creating a sacred personal space for you, to work on building your connection with Lilith. There's no right or wrong when you come to creating an altar to the deity you work with. Don't let anyone tell you that something on your altar is not right. It should be this, that, or the other. Okay. Now I'm going to say what I do, and you haven't got to do what I do. I'm just giving you some ideas. You do what's right for you. I mean, some people will say, oh, no plastic on your altar. Others will say no animal byproducts or even feathers or skulls. But if it feels right to you, do it, yeah? That's their choice. And now I'm going to tell you my personal approach, but feel free to adapt. In fact, I actively encourage you to adapt, yeah? Okay, so I always start with an image or a statue as the main focal point of my altar. And then I select an appropriate altar cloth, candles, incense, and anything else relevant to the god or goddess that I'm working with. So with Lilith, I meditated and I asked her what she would like on her altar and as an offering for her. Okay. The main image she showed me was pomegranates. Now, although the fruit is usually associated with the goddess Persephone in the Greek fertility myth cycle, pomegranates are also associated with the underworld, and the tree of knowledge and wisdom in the Garden of Eden was possibly a pomegranate tree. I mean, others will say that it could have been a fig, date, apple tree, or wherever. So when I do the libations for Lilith, I use pomegranate juice, for the toasting and for the offerings to her. Okay. So as I said, the tree could have been apple, date, fig. Those fruits are suitable for offering to her too. Okay. So I feel that she wants a fruit offering from me. But obviously it's different for everyone. If you meditate and it comes up with a rose, that's right for you. Okay. I choose dark color candles. I tend to go with the black and the red because she's classed with linking with the underworld. Okay. If you want crystals, if that's your choice to use crystals, black or a deep red such as garnet or black obsidian. For incense, I use a sensual, deep, rich scent such as sandalwood or patchouli or yang yang. Snakeskin is good on her altar as well because it represents Lilith's transformational aspects. Owl feathers, if you're lucky enough to get a gift from them, or images of an owl is another good one, because that links with Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, with the screech owl. The Queen of Sheba is another link as well with the owl. Oh, I didn't tell you that story, did I? I'll come to that in a minute, the Queen of Sheba story. That's linked with the owl as the creature of the night, okay? So any of these things are suitable. So once you've got your altar set up, it's also a good idea to keep a magical journal or a diary. This will give you like a committed, steady pace. And when you're reading back, you'll be able to see your progress and any of the changes you made. Self-care is really important when you're doing any transformational process as well. So if you eat well, exercise, look after your body, of course you're going to feel better. Okay, I'll come to the Queen of Sheba story. So the Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon, okay? And when she got there, she came along with loads of riches, jewel boxes and loads of gifts for him. But he was suspicious of her, so he got his attendants to flood the floor with water and to put a glass floor down. So that when she walked towards him, she lifted her skirt up thinking she was going to be walking into a big lake or something, and it revealed her legs as being those of an owl. So that's why she's linked with an owl. Yeah, the Queen of Sheba story. Yeah. So, going back to Lilith, she's had lots of different transformations. She's been a downtrodden woman, a succubus. She's transformed into a snake, an owl, and her final transformation has been from a demon into goddess of the underworld. So that's where I finished my workshop. I did go through it quite fast because with it being a video, you can pause, at the places you need to. So, has anybody got any questions for me?
Just trying to get myself back on there. Oh, hello. Oh, that was great. Yes, yes. It will need to go. You will need to pause and do it a lot slower.
Yeah.
Because I find, well, myself personally, I need time. But that worked really quick for me. I was quite surprised that I had a big list and everything. Normally I'm like, what? What? But yeah, no, that was good. Thank you very much. That was all. Here we go. What's the question? Hang on, I'll put it up on the thing. I don't know if you can see it at your end. Anyway,
What
what
phase of
phase?
dark moon?
The dark moon.
Definitely the dark moon. That's when the shadow work is done, when the goddesses, the underworld, are worked with.
Okay, and explain the dark moon.
Okay, the dark
For
moon is the once a month phase, yeah, and it's when there's no moon showing, and it's just before we get the new moon comes the day after, okay, when the moon
okay,
starts coming back, and it's a time where we reflect, when we start to look within ourselves, and then as the moon starts to grow is when we start to make positive. So you would do the
yeah,
coming up to the dark moon, you would do the shadow work, and then as you reach the dark moon, you would start to do the affirmations going towards the full moon. So
mm,
you're shedding as the moon is getting dark,
yep,
yeah, and then as the moon is getting full is when you start to do the positive side of things, when you start to do
okay,
the affirmations.
yeah,
Okay, so the dark moon is the main point of ritual. If you're going to do a ritual with Lilith, do it at the dark moon. But I would suggest, if you're going to do this as a monthly cycle where I've just taught, start at the full so that when you reach the dark, yeah, you start doing the affirmations coming up to the other part of the moon. So
okay,
the meditation work from full to dark, and then dark moon is where you do a ritual to her. Okay, when
mhm,
you set your altar up, and then from the dark moon to the full, the affirmations.
okay. There we go. Another question. And for what purpose to work with
Oh,
Lilith?
right. Empowerment. Empowerment is the main reason. Standing up for, it's good if you want to stand up for things that you think shouldn't be happening, if you want to get rid of anything. Abuse survivors do tend to work with Lilith as well because they got a lot in common with her, but I don't teach that because obviously you need psychotherapy work as well to go with that.
Mm,
So if you're going to do any deep shadow work, I would make sure you've got psychological help as well. But yeah, she helps you get rid of that which no longer serves you well, and
mm,
to come out the other side stronger. So the purpose is to banish the bad parts that you need to get rid of, and then when you're ready, the stronger parts then for you to come out the other side. I had to go into my safe space. I had to recuperate, had to take that time out to become strong enough to walk out of that cave of recuperation and say, I am Lilith. And that's what you want to be. You want to take the time to shed what you no longer need. Yeah.
mm,
Process it. Obviously, you might need some external help with that, and
mm,
then come out the
mm,
other side stronger.
mm. Is there anything else? Is there any other things that you could that would be useful for ritual work with Lilith? I mean, apart from empowerment and to make you feel better.
I work with the angels, the three angels, Sansoi, Sanoi, and Smeglenov.
Right.
I find that they give like a power punch to any ritual. They kind of enhance it because they're kind of like God's bunch of heavies, like his bouncers, but they're also linked with healing as well.
Right.
Um, in the alphabet of Ben Sira, the angels were put on the talisman as a form of healing as well as protection. So they are good to bring into a ritual. And just make a little piece of paper and draw stick angels. They don't have to be elaborate, just stick people with the angels on the back. So if you want to strengthen a ritual with Lilith, okay,
Yeah.
in healing or protection aspect, they're really good to call in as well.
Yeah. I
And of
mean, putting
course,
the names on would be good as well, wouldn't it?
the other thing
The
you can,
actual names.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can, if you're real good at crafts, you can make clay tablets
Mm.
to go above your doors as protection.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
even incantation bowls, historically there was incantation bowls made. They were personalized to a household. They was so big, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were bowls, and you would have four. You'd buy four, and you'd go to a marketplace, and you'd have them personalized for you. So there would be something like, "I, Clay Pingel, demand that no demons come into my house. All you Liliths will keep away." That kind of
Mm.
thing. So
Mm.
you order them in the marketplace, pick them up a week later, and they'd be personalized done for you. And you'd put four in the corner of your house, and they were said to trap any demons that would come in your house. So for an ultimate protection ritual, if you're crafty, you can make little upturned
I'm
bowls
pretty crafty.
corners of your house. The bowls weren't made to be used. They weren't like you wouldn't drink out of them or put food in them. They were literally ghost catchers, demon catchers. So I mean, if you're
Mm.
crafty, you can make talismans against. The main thing to remember with Lilith is historically she wasn't just one person; she was a group. So
Mm.
anybody that was a demon or thought to be a ghostly presence or a monstrous presence was called a Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be protection against, and they would just say, "Oh, it's a Lilith, it's a Lilith," if they were worried about anything. So they would have these protections. So yeah, you can bring the angels into your rituals. You can make the talismans, you can make the bowls to go into your rituals. I mean, I believe that you should make your ritual items anyway. I mean, I make most of my stuff that I do use. So it's good if you can do these things. If you want to make a candle holder, snakes are a good thing to have on your altar. Snake skin,
Mm.
fragments of snake skin. The feathers is good for the incense as well. When you're burning an incense, you can use an owl feather to waft the incense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, as well as because Lilith was like the champion of the dispossessed, she's really good to call in if you, as well as yourself, if you've got a friend who's going through hard times, you can call Lilith to help her to get through that time. But usually with the Hecate and Lilith, they find you when you need them. They come to
Mm.
you. Those type of goddesses.
Yeah.
You can put out there and call Lilith to you, okay? But she's more likely to come to you when you need her. So because I was going through a hard time and I needed to retreat into what I now know was my cave of rebirth, okay, because it's an initiation cycle you go through. You have like a symbolic death, and you go back into your cave and you rebirth in there and come out stronger. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what you're doing with the Lilith work.
Yeah. Excellent. Hold on. I've got another question.
Right, so she is now, okay, in the New Age, in the times we're in now, she is seen as a dark goddess and a goddess of the underworld, okay? Now she is, but historically, no.
Mm.
She was a demoness. She was never a goddess until recent years.
Mm.
But, I'm not going to, if you want to call her a goddess, call her a goddess. But historically, no, she wasn't. Now she is because times move on. People see her as representative of the shadow side, representative of dispossessed souls, an empowerer. So, in some ways, that's what a goddess is.
Yeah. Mm. Fantastic. Right. I think that's it for questions. Is there any more questions, anyone? It's been a really lovely workshop. I do love having you on. You've got a lovely voice and I love listening.
Voice.
You are?
Strong Welsh voice.
Yes. Oh, Gail says thank you. You're very welcome, Gail. We love doing this stuff, don't we? I just love doing the monthly mystical because I get to have all these amazing people on and I get to learn lots more stuff. And I get to share it with everyone. Yes. Anyway, right. So, uh, you're doing something. Are you doing something else for me later in the year or something? I thought you were, but
Probably.
if you're not, then you probably will be soon. I thought you were, but maybe not. Oh, you are. You're doing 30th of July. Apparently, you're doing the full moon ritual. I think we discussed this last year, or a few months ago, anyway. So I'll remind you of that later on.
It's in like 2 weeks.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Thank you very much for that. Right. Yes. So, having said that, so that's on. You're back on with me on the 30th of July. So we shall see you soon. But I'm probably going to see you before that. I'm pretty sure, one way or another. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure as always, and it's lovely to see you again. And I will put you just send me all the links again for bits and pieces that you want, and I'll shove them in the comments.
Can I promote my book?
Of course, you can. That's what you're here for.
It's Mary Magdalene, the Darker Saint, and it's on Amazon, and it's from my publisher, Beneficia Publications. Or if
Perfect.
you see me in person at any time, I'm happy to sign it for you. And I've got copies
Oh,
for sale as well. So
excellent. Lovely. Oh, brilliant. So we'll put a link to that one in. And if you just send me all the links to the whatever it is, the Amazon and whatever other places you've got going on, and I will put them in the comments for everyone to know. So please do buy her books. She's amazing. She's a really good author. Please do buy her books and encourage lots of other people to come and see Claire wherever she's at next because she goes all over the place. She's everywhere, aren't you? You're at lots of places, aren't you? Yeah. And we'll put a few of them on if you add them on where you can go and see Claire in person. There's lots of what do you call them? Festivals, isn't there? A few festivals that you're doing, I think, this year. Right. Thank you so much, Claire, for coming on. And yeah, I'll put those links in. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you again for coming. Thank you. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. See you in a minute. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Yeah, so please do rewind, watch it again on replay, take your time, and really have a think about it because these meditations are amazing, like she said. And once you get the hang of it, that's your safe zone, your safe place. So, like she said, it can be anywhere, it could be anything you like. Bye, Gail. Thank you for coming. And yeah, it can be anything, anywhere. My one was, to even tell you what my one was. Mine was in a lavender field, and that just popped up out of nowhere. For some reason, I've got really lavender is on my mind a lot, so I need to meditate on that and find out why. But it's literally, I'm seeing lavender everywhere, and I'm like, I need to go to a lavender farm. I need to do this stuff. I'm not sure why at the minute, but it was in a lavender field with ladybirds and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, and obviously that meditation is your little safe place. That's a good way to start anything, because you can just pop in there whenever you've got a crowded bus or and you just want to get out of that space. You can just sort of open up your own little space there and have that. Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on the Monthly Mystical. We have I've got my diary because normally I forget and I forget what date it is and everything. So the next one we have is, oh yes, we got the amazing Jackie Thackway. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she's doing a talk on labyrinths. Labyrinths. Yeah, so that'll be really cool. So please do come and join me. Did I say the date? I think I did, but I'll say it again. It is really hot, isn't it? I just can't cope. I can't. My brain just won't. 23rd of July. So I think that's not next week, but the week after. So please do come and join me. I shall put all the links. Will be on Facebook and YouTube and all that. I'll post them up lots. And then again, we've got on the 30th of July, we've got Claire again doing a full moon ritual. So that'll be fun. Can't wait for that one. That'll be so cool. Right. Do you know what? I'll tell you, I've got this top here. I've got my shorts on, right? But I've also got my bikini top on. So as soon as I've got off here, this top's coming off. Because I can't cope with this heat. I'm sweating to death. I've even been sleeping down in my sunroom. I can't go to bed. It's too hot. Let me know in the comments how hot it is where you are this evening. Is it still amazingly hot where you are? Or are you in some country where it's cold? Please do let me know. Anyway, as usual, I'm waffling on. We are themagictoolboxuk.com. You can buy some magical tools from our lovely website. The scanny code thing is there. Yeah, it's hot, isn't it? The scanny code thing is one of them corners. I can't remember again. I need to figure that one out, don't I? Yes. So please do have a good look on there. There's some free stuff on there you can have a look at. There's also my magical learning lab. It's like £3 a month and you learn lots. There's tons and tons of stuff on there already. At the minute, we've been doing lots on tarot. We've been doing a little bit. We just started on some magical entities. So yeah, I learn lots of stuff. Lots of magical stuff going on there all the time. And it's an interactive group. So please do come and join me. £3 a month. Go and have a look. I think that's it for this evening. I'll stop waffling because I've always waffle. Sorry. I just don't want to go home, do I? I am home. I don't want to go. Right. All right. Thank you so much for joining me again on the Monthly Mystical. And I'll see you very soon. In 2 weeks' time, please do like, subscribe, and share for more. Because the more you like, subscribe, and share, the more people see, and the more stuff I can put on, and the more people, and we'll get some lovely people on. So, although I've got tons of people already, I'm just overwhelmed with amazing people. Anyway, let's go. I shall see you all soon. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to stop waffling now. See, I don't want to go, do I? Bye for now.